services mawando sana sexual reproductive mamulo sana kimajo maminde wa offer the two cases kata watu wa malaria to 1 year
it's not very masih itu sangat koleks cariga jadi yang ada udah mau sudah ke sekolah semua aja wajar solo mau kita saya
we are having different celebrations. We are having World AIDS Day, which is 1st of December. We have Day of Disability, which is 3rd of December. We are having different activities and organizations zinafanya katika the 16 days of gender activism. Kwa hivyo kwa hii siku ya leo tuko na Enuka Success Organization ambao wako na sanitary towels wangependa kupatia watoto wasichana wa miaka 15 kwenda chini. Kwa hivyo kama uko na msichana naye toka hapa around Stopamba miaka 15 kwenda chini unaweza ona Enuka Success Organization. They are giving out sanitary towels. We are also having Make Me Smile Kenya giving COVID vaccine kama huko umepata booster na ujue ya kwamba corona tena inarudi. Another generation of corona. So tafadhali jaribu upate COVID vaccine, jaribu upate legal services kwa FIDA Kenya, jaribu upate matibabu kwa medicines hapa pale nyuma, tent ziko pale nyuma ya kutembelea tafadhalini. Kwa hivyo siku ya leo tunapoanza siku yetu ya 16 days of gender activism, tunahakikisha ya kwamba wageni wetu mashuhuru tunaalika wote katika mkutano huu wa leo. Tuko na DCC wa Nyakach sub county, tuko na
cancer. Tujitole tukapimwe maradhi ya twende tukapimwe, leta binti wako, twende tukapimwe, leta manzi wako, twende tukapimwe. Saratani tuangamize. Should die of cervical cancer.
moda wanjono bede mana pin pod warwako wendo endine endina twe endine endine endina twe endine adier bwana DC to endina twe endine wodi dunu to endina twe endine bwana DC to endina twe
wa miaka 50 ambaye wamesota. Said because I'm a girl I can't be a surgeon. Are we bringing up girls to be people who are so helpless? Let us see this thing on the other side and talk of something else. My hope still stands in, as I say that today might be the last day. Gender-based violence. It is something we've talked of for a very long time. Like I have said, 22nd century. This is where a woman might be asked, what can you bring on table? With gender-based violence still, are we making something, are we making a step forward? With the organizations that we have, the Cradle standing in for the women, the Youth Camp standing in for the women and girls, the Standard standing in for the girls to support their ambition. These are people with ambitious minds. You tell us what we can do, give us the chance and give us the opportunity. With the help of our county government, we thank you and we salute you for your work. Youth things have come up, the leaders are now standing on their feet, the organizations are there, but we are now on your neck. You can't see this from the other side. We are moving to a very digital world where we need some people. We only need papers. This is a world whereby an educated girl is considered to be someone so special. Without education, you can't make it in life. Gender-based violence, still the talk of the town. I believe this is the last day. Thank you.
One day, the Constitution will be taught in schools, so that if people cannot grow up in the right way, at least they can grow up knowing what's right. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, the SDBV policies, the Constitution will not just be in a noun form, but a verb form. A noun is just a name of a thing. A verb is a doing word. For example, I am performing, that's a verb. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day the women will not be judged by the length of their dress, but the content of their characters. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day these sponsors who sponsor young girls to nice hotels will also sponsor the vulnerable girls to nice schools. I have a dream. On the other side, my heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding because our children are bleeding. Bleeding to be loved. Bleeding to be taken to their fathers. Some of these children are glowing outside but wounded inside. They have scars in their hearts. They have scars in their brains. They have scars in their souls. And not even a cobbler can mend their broken souls. My heart is bleeding. Because babies are having babies when they still need to be pampered. They already have a responsibility to buy pampers. My heart is bleeding. Because our children are being brought up by cartoons. Parents have money to spend but lack time to spend with their children. Time is money, so spend it with your children. My heart is bleeding. Some of these children are living a soft life, but they still find it hard to get the parental love, and that's why they're forever glued on TV and cartoons. It's not because they're digital, mommy. It's because you are analog, daddy. My heart is bleeding. Ask the children officers, they will tell you there are so many children stranded in their offices. Ask the garbage collectors, they will tell you they collect so many children dumped in the dump sites. My heart is bleeding. Our children are bleeding. And I'm not the only one to save them. I need numbers. Thank you.
I am here to represent Plan International and also the Gender Technical Working Group, and largely She Leads Alliance. I work for Plan for She Leads Alliance project, and I am glad to be here and also glad to be member of Kisumu Gender Sector Working Group. It is one of the groups that I would say that has really ensured that we have made milestones in terms of ensuring that girls and young women agenda is always forwarded. In She Leads Alliance, what we do, we amplify the voices of girls and young women in Kenya, and we work in different sub-counties. I am here and I'm so happy to be here in these 16 days of gender activism. And I remembered one thing when the speakers have been talking about the issues the burden girls have been having. And as I'm standing here, I would want to say, I am one of the girls that became pregnant and gave birth at the age of 13 years, 8 months. and nobody ever bothered to look for that man who made me pregnant. The only burden I had was just me alone. All fingers were pointed at me as a promiscuous person, and nobody was there to support me. And I am here to tell each and every person, each and every authority that is here, kindly let us support the girls. Let us support these girls so that we are able to see them. I will not be here as a she leader or a she standing here talking about girls if there was no support. So I want to thank each and every person that has come in, the girls and young women that are represented here. We are here because of you. We are here because of the young people, and we are here to support you. And I know that our coming here is not only coming here to have a function
alone, but what will happen to the victim after they've come out and they've said, look here, I'm being violated. Issues of being violated, it takes a lot of effort for a woman. It takes a lot of effort to admit that. We've seen cases where ngatuchung wange okuot. Tokodwa wacho ni no goya. O wacho ni na kier na timo kama. Why is this happening? Most of my members have been reaching out and trying at least to bring this out. But what we normally hear, kipenjo dhako they say, where will I go? Adidi kanye. So it is this issue of Adidi Kanye that we should look into very seriously. Unless we address the sources and the reason why people persevere, katakagi hinyore when they are raped, katakai gogi wudi nyakawa address. And when we look at it quickly, we find that it's the issue of livelihood support. It's not the only issue, but that is one of the major issues. So even in the advent of climate change, there is drought, there are all these other things that are happening. How are we going to address it so that these women are empowered enough, even to walk out of a bad relationship, if that means that it's threatening their lives?
Is officially as the CCM of that department. To the youth, young people, indeed, it is a challenge to us that at least one of us can get an opportunity to be in the cabinet where decisions are made that affect us. Don't come on. Don't want to go on. And I want to challenge the girls. Leadership is for all of us. It is not for men alone. I am here today as a girl, as a youth, and I want to encourage many more girls. Let's go for these leadership positions. They are not given, go for them. Opportunities there for everybody. I don't want to say much. The
ACC, DCC, partners present, leaders present, ladies and gentlemen, Nyakach, good afternoon. Nyakach Mosauru, Udinadi. Kachunka nilungani Penina Onyango. I'm glad to be here today. I belong here. Partners and guests, this is home. When I'm going home, this is where I alight. Alorka, Stopambaka, Kadidala, our home is just behind here. So I want to stay by 2030 to end violence against women initiative. This year, ladies and gentlemen, the UN marks the 16 days under the theme Unite, Activism to End Violence Against Women and Girls. If I may ask a question, why must we eliminate violence against women? Because we realize all of us here are talking about eliminating violence against women. Violence against women and girls is one of the most widespread, persistent, and devastating human rights violations in our world today, and remains largely unreported due to impunity, silence, stigma, and shame surrounding it. You can remember one of the speakers who had spoken here had said that we rarely report, isn't it? Even if we are beaten, we don't report. We would rather say that I fell somewhere and I broke my leg and I hit my head somewhere. it is important that we report. In general terms, it manifests itself in physical, sexual, and psychological forms, encompassing intimate partner violence, that is battering, psychological abuse, marital rape, and femicide. 2, sexual violence and harassment, that includes rape, forced sexual acts, unwanted sexual advances, sexual abuse, forced marriage, street harassment, stalking, cyber harassment. It also includes human trafficking, that is slavery and sexual exploitation. It also includes female genital mutilation and also child marriage that we have been told is so rampant in Nyakach. To further clarify, the Declaration on the Elimination of Violence Against Women, issued by the UN General Assembly in 1993, defines violence against women as any act of gender-based violence that results in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to women, including threats of such acts, coercion, or arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or in public and private life. That is harassment. More than 1 in 3 women experience gender-based violence during their lifetime. In 2021, nearly 1 in 5 women aged 20 to 24 years were married before turning 18. Less than 40% of women who experience violence seek.
The parents have whispered me in this sub-county. They talk to me. They are worried. For the 2 months, we are going to have the girls, the children from school, in our homes. Mbona wataenda kumisbehave? Nani amesikia hiyo whispering? What does that one tell you? That we are worried about our girls at home this time round. Now I'll say this. Please come out, you parent, wewe mama, wewe baba. Come out and be on watch about your girl and report all the happenings, all the form of GBV that might affect that girl. We come and help you. We are very ready to help you. Another challenge you organizers of this you are going to address. The compromising. We are facing a lot of compromising over this. Conspiracies over this. This is an area where you will find that this thing happen, but you don't see it being reported. People are suffering in silence. I will not talk much. Me, I will say that we are well organized. We have a networking, the chiefs, and we have our police officers. And when I talk of police officers, in this particular sub-county, we have 4 police stations. Those from Ogor up there, we have a police station. The lower Nyakach, we have Sodumiriu. The central Nyakach, we have Paponditi. And here north, we have Katito. Please, members of the public here, don't fail to approach police officers in those stations to help you address the issues of gender-based violence. I welcome you. We have some of our officers who are trained in this, and they are ready to take up these cases and investigate. Now, an appeal. If you find you are not being helped to address this, why can't you call the OCPD who is speaking here now? Ama namna gani wananchi? Siku hizi hatuogopi polisi kwa sababu wako na uniform. No. If you are not assisted, my office is open, my phone is open. Iwe usiku iwe saa ngapi, just call me. We shall wake up with our chiefs. When wako hapa tutakujia huyu mtu. Thank you much, sir. I've wasted a lot of time, but I think this is the right time to speak these things. Thank you, sir.
that's our sub-county police commander, our civil commander. He reported yesterday in Nyakach. Then today he has come to start his work here in Papoditi. Our civil commander karibu. Civil means Critical Infrastructure Protection Unit.
Our area DCC, our OSPD Nyakach, gender-based violence team, other government organizations, wananchi wote, amjambo nyinyi yote. Kwa majina, mimi naitwa Emmanuel Domo, Sub-County Critical Infrastructure Protection Unit, Administration Police, Nyakach. Ile DCC wetu amesema, nimetoka upande ya Samia, Busia County, we are neighboring the Ukwala Sub-County. So, kwa sababu ya huu muhimu ya siku ya leo, si unaona nimeingia siku mbili, na ni kwa sababu hii ndio imekuwa thorn in flesh in our country. Tumesema wacha twende tu witness, alafu hii ujumbe tupashe kwa wananchi. Si unaona ni ya umuhimu sana. Naingia siku mbili, na kwa sababu hii ni ya umuhimu, tunasema mpaka tuhudhurie. Otherwise, hospitali ni mkubwa yangu, tunafanya naye mambo ya security issue, ameongea mengi na mimi sitaki kurudia. Tunaanza kazi mali tumeanza, amesema, na tutakuwa pamoja na nyinyi. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Anything to do with security, when you see the two of them, if you have a problem, your problem is solved. Before I read the county commissioner's speech, I want to say three things. Number one, on Monday, we are starting our exams, national exams, the three of them, KIPSEA, KCSE, and KCPE. I want to take this opportunity to wish all our students success in the forthcoming exam. Number two, our OCPD has said people don't report these cases, they fear. I want to announce here and say, in our police station, we have a gender desk. It is manned by a lady and a man. If you are a lady, you can't fear reporting to a fellow lady. If you are a man, you can't fear reporting to a fellow. So if there is any issue that you want to report, if you go to a police station, there is a gender desk specifically for handling gender issues. There is somebody who mentioned something in passing here, and he talked about succession. If you have a piece of land that you want to do succession, kindly don't fear. It's not even expensive as people put it. Start the process. The entry point, you just got the chief. The chief will write a letter to introduce you to the court or to introduce you to the public trustee. It is free of charge. If the chief charges, anafanya ufisadi. But I know that letter is supposed to be written free of charge. So if you have any succession case that you want to do, don't fear. Don't stay at home and say it is very expensive, it is long, it is tedious. Kindly start the process. The other processes will sort themselves as you continue. Our ACC has talked about the issues that the threats that affect our girls. He has said 3 threats. I want to add them and put, instead of saying girls, I will say our youth. Issue number 1 is what he has called teenage pregnancies. Issue number 2 is what we call GBV, what we are talking about now. Issue number 3 is HIV/AIDS. Number 4, it is what we call illicit use, alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. And number 5 here in this area, Moro, Orebo, Onyogo, we have illegal groupings. We have our young girls and boys joining illegal groupings. Then they commit all sorts of crimes. They attend the matagas, they start committing crimes, they chase the people who are there, then they do all sorts of crimes. Those 5 things are the ones that are eating our youth. The mother of them all, according to me, is number 4. Illicit use, alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. I can't understand how a grown-up man anaweza chukua mafuta ya taa amwagilie bibi achome. That person must be sick. He must be mentally sick. And the major cause of that is abuse of alcohol, abuse of drugs, and other substances. I want to urge our people, I want to urge all our partners, kindly assist us to fight the drugs. We are fighting the drugs from 2 ends. Number 1, we fight from demand side, and number 2, we fight from supply side. Us in our administration, we may be fighting it from supply side, but we want the church leaders all other stakeholders to assist us in fighting the abuse of drugs from the demand side. Demand side, you just preach to them, Pastor. You preach to our people. You talk to them. You sensitize them about the negative effects of use.